Hello, YouTube. It's time for another session. I don't remember the last time I streamed, but it's time for some more. And if I recall, last time I streamed, I was real tired, but we beat a boss. Alright, we were on our way back up here. Streamy's just one level away from Spore. So that's going to be really good for us. Ultimately, we haven't really gone up that many levels. Oh, because I've clicked on them. Okay. Okay, so the first ones in the lab here were this Golduck and Sableye, and I guess this Raticate kind of backfilled. So we've got a lot more to catch. We have Electabuzz coming up soon. We have our own Electabuzz that we've been able to use for a lot of the game, so glad we have it. Snorlax. So here's what I know. This Dragonite is like post-game. You can only get it when you... I think Purify every other Shadow Pokemon? It's at least catch every other Shadow Pokemon. It might be Purify them all. These last 6, so the 3 legendary birds and these 3 are used by Greeville at the very end. Lugia's right before that. So then how many do we have before that? We got Lapras, Marowak, Salamence, Manectric, Dugtrio, Mr. Mime, Poliwrath, Snorlax, Swellow, Electabuzz. So we've got a good chunk. Let me go back in here. And then these are the ones we've caught leading up to here. So we maybe have like a third of the dungeon left. I don't know. We got a chunk, at the very least. It's not like... For some reason in my head, I had it in my head like, oh, we got up here, and then we, like, walk in that room, and it's, like, the end? Which is not the case. Although, I feel like that is the room. But there's just rooms before it. That's, like, the building. That is interesting. Like, you pause the game and then you unpause and the smoke's in a different spot. That is so funky. Or does it just reset? Or is it just, like, progressing and, like, is freeze-framed when it's really just moving? It never, like, stops moving? I don't know. Ardos, it's been a while, little boy. Do you remember me? Do you recall this? I helped you in Gateonport. There's no need for thanks. I was merely punishing a fool that was using a shadow Pokemon in public. At that time, we didn't want the world to know that we Cypher were planning. Back then, I thought you were just an ordinary child. Little did I suspect that you would become Cypher's biggest and most damaging threat. That's enough talk. You have the skills and wherewithal to reach Sith's Dark Isle. Let me see your abilities in full glory. Okay, straight into a boss. Okay, that's a Shadow Swellow, I suppose. Alright, we need to Stun Spore that guy. And then we'll just start Rock Sliding, because one Rock Slide's not going to kill. Also, these guys are really high level. What the heck? Shadow Sky, setting up the weather. Ice Punch, so that's going to do big damage to either of us. That's pretty big damage. Okay, we don't really want to screw around in this fight too much. Oh, Pupitar. I was thinking I was going to protect with you next turn, but couldn't quite do it. But you lived the Ice Punch, and for that, you did great. Okay, Shroomy, we're going to use your turn to catch the Swellow. And Flareon, Shadow Ball. We only have 25 Ultra Balls, which, for some of these Pokemon coming up, might not be enough. Ah, that was close. I thought that was gonna catch. Psychic is freaking powerful from Alakazam, but Flareon, even with its really high special defense, still did that much. Maybe Quick Attack could have been good, but I'm just not sure. Okay, Swellow's probably going to do something nasty. Kingdra, I don't like that. And maybe we should actually swap Flareon out. Okay, throwing the ball takes precedence over switching. Very nice. Head across. Crobat could deal with the Heracross. Double Edge. Interesting. Okay, Shroomy, let's swap you out for Crobat. Bali. Ice Beam the Kingdra. You're the fastest on the board? That's crazy. Rock Tomb. Youch. Well, that's going to be a slowdown. Double Edge. Bali's finally got enough HP to, like, warrant more than a Moo Moo Mill. I feel like I do that a lot. I'll, like, start a sentence and get halfway through it and then just, like, stop talking. And then oftentimes forget what I was even saying. Electabuzz. That's a shadow. I didn't realize Ardos had the Electabuzz. And I didn't realize you had Ice Beam. Okay, let's use Air Cutter, and let's swap to Shroomy. We can swap to our own Electabuzz for the Thunder Wave, but I don't know. I think Shroomy can take it pretty good. Nice crit. I don't know if it was needed. I really hope it wasn't, but, you know, maybe it was. Snorlax. This guy's got at least 3 shadows, huh? Shadow Break. I mean, it makes sense. Nice. Ah! Shadow End. Well, you weren't able to end it all this time. Okay, flinch up again. Oh. Missed, okay. I swear Shadow Mist just exists to be like lower the difficulty. Just give them a move that they can like waste their time with. Shadow End. Is this the half HP on everything? No. Holy moly. That's big recoil. Does it like half of your remaining HP is what it does? Leftovers? You're not allowed. How come you get to go so fast? Oh, because everybody else is paralyzed, right? Aw. Okay, I'm really glad the Electabuzz was wasting turns, because his Shadow Break would do a lot. You know, it's actually kind of crazy, because this Shadow End, maybe it's got really low accuracy, and Shadow Mist is, like, needed. I don't really know exactly what Shadow End does. Anyhow, I'm going to do this and this. I mean, even on like a Shadow Snorlax, and I mean, a Wild Snorlax in Fire Red Leaf Green, this amount of HP, paralyzed, like, you know, I'd kind of expect an Ultra Ball to have pretty good odds. The first Snorlax you catch, you don't even have the option of using Ultra Balls. You have stuck with Great Balls. He just loves spamming that move. Wow. Is it just that powerful? The leftovers is like really annoying. Okay. Catch that guy. Would ya? Come on. Thank you. Very nice. Quick attack should take it down a little. Shadow half, that's going to be half on everybody. He's going to have to recharge this turn, though. I guess he determined his attack is so low, he might as well do that, I guess. We'll use a Lemonade, sure. Just a waste a turn. It's interesting how it falls that has like all those particle effects on it, and then immediately the particle effects are gone for the shaking animation. This is trouble if something's not done. You're screwed? I realize now that I should have crushed you much earlier. This is out of my hands now. I must defer you to Master Grieville himself. But boy, don't think that this is over. I won't abandon my dreams. Kangaskhan gone. Okay, I am actually gonna leave and go buy more balls. There might be a heal, like, right behind that door. I forget. But what I do know is that there is a heal right here. Alrighty. Freaking leftovers, dude. Lots of shadow Pokemon right at the end here. We can't even put them all in the purification chamber. We're one left over. And because we had to catch half of that guy's team, we didn't even get experience for half his team. It's hilarious. Okay, we need more Ultra Balls. All the way to the outskirts stand. Is it the most efficient way in terms of distance to travel in the region? Absolutely not. But we're doing it anyways. Ultra Ball. Let's buy, like, I don't know, 20 of them. I guess we could have used a net ball on, like, Scyther and Starmie and stuff. Oh well. Wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking this a little earlier with these long battles. We have timer balls. And I gotta presume that the timer ball works based off of how many turns are in the battle, not like how many turns have happened since like the Shadow Pokemon's come out. If you took a bunch of turns to deal with previous ones, so maybe we want like I don't know, let's buy 10 of these, or just buy 20 of them. So I just had a random thought. The Lugia in this game is really special. Every time I've played this game, I've always just chucked the Master Ball at it. But we don't have to do that. We could catch it in something special. Like, we could catch it in a Premier Ball, or we could catch it in a Luxury Ball. I mean, we only have one Luxury Ball, so that's probably unrealistic. But it is a thought. I might look up its catch rate to see, like, how annoying it would be to do, like, a lower rate ball. Okay, let's look that up. If I do a Pokemon catching calculator for Gen 3, good old Cave of Dragonflies. And we're going to say yes XD. We're going to choose Lugia. I said Lugia. What level is this Lugia at? I'm pretty sure it's 50. It might actually have a catch rate of like a real Lugia. If I choose like Scyther, for example. Okay, yeah, like the Scyther in XD, if you just like throw an Ultra Ball at full health, you have like a 30% chance of it working. If you lower its HP down to 1, it's got like an 80% chance of working. If you put it asleep, it's got a 100% chance of working. If we just throw a regular Pokeball at it, when it's paralyzed and at full health, 20% chance of working. If it's not XD, it's like way lower. Okay, if I go down to Lugia. Yeah, I don't think there's any modification. So, that makes sense. Well, like, Tyranitar's normal catch rate is 45, but in Coliseum it's actually lowered to 10. Well, like, Entei, Raikou, Suicunes are normally 3, but they're up to 15 in Coliseum. Okay, what about the legendary bids? Okay, so yeah, normally they're 3, but in XD Gale of Darkness here, they are 25. Snorlax's catch rate's actually lower than I thought it was. It's 25. But here in XD, it's 70. Let's check Tauros. Lapras is up from 45 to 80. Tauros is 80. Pinsir's 90. Electabuzz is 90. Yeah, a lot of these late game Pokemon, it looks like their catch rates are roughly double of what they normally are. But Lugia is still a catch rate of 3. So it'd be like catching, you know, it in any other game. AKA really quite hard. All right. So, I don't really have any ambitions for the Lugia. Like, I don't need to fish for a particular nature or ability or whatever. Um, I mean, you don't fish for abilities, but I don't need a particular nature or IVs or particular ball or anything like that. I just need a Lugia for my living decks in general. Okay, the question is, do we go down that elevator or do we go through these doors? Let's try the elevator. Negatory. Okay. Okay, we got quite a little bit of game here left then. We just caught these 3. We've got a good chunk left before Lugia. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's maybe going to be, you know, maybe like 4, 5 trainers. Okay, there's totally resources right here. It's interesting how it doesn't really follow the type chart exactly. Like, it's just like, yeah, you can ignore secondary types and just go off of one type, which is fair enough. Ho, ho, ho. This is quite a surprise. You managed to defeat Ardos. Of course, you have also beaten so many of my followers. Perhaps it's no surprise that you have won. I must say that I haven't been this excited in a long time. I do have an apprehension, no, appreciation for the strong, you see. However, I also cannot allow your interference. My Shadow Pokemon plan is nearing completion. Grit your teeth. So for the time being, I think I will have you securely out of the way right where you are now. It appears impossible to go any further. Impossible! Bang, 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 bang. If only I had, like, shadow Pokemon that I could use to bust through this wall. Can we go this way? Well, he's done it, guys. He has officially stopped us. There's no way. There is no way to proceed. The game is over. The bad guy has won. This is all it takes. Just lock yourself in. Heh heh. It's me again, kid. You know, it makes me kind of happy to see you since I'm gonna restart that. You know, it makes me kind of happy to see you since I've seen you so often. But the way you keep beating me, my cred's taking a beating. Aye! So Master Grievel gave me this one last chance to redeem myself, but this is it. It's not really it. I mean, he locked me out, and the elevator was locked, so he basically won. So you have no job to do here, sir. If I lose this one, there's no tomorrow. Here it goes. Don't worry, sir. There is a tomorrow. I know that I can face you in the Ore Coliseum. Going for the Protect. Does that mean Slowking's going for, like, Earthquake or something? Yep. I don't think that should kill. Does a heck of a lot, though. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. I think I could use Rock Slide to, like, take out the Slowking, but nah, we'll heal. Earth Ring might do something. Oh. Earth Ring's got a better attack set than Slowking, surely, so this actually might take me out. Yeah. Should have Rock Slided. I'm gonna Protect because I have a feeling he's gonna use Earthquake. Well, I don't know. He didn't use Protect, so maybe not. Iron Tail. Man. Read me like a book, I guess. Let's swap for Crobat and Flamethrower the Aggron. Okay, well, at least we Flamethrower the correct one. Please burn or something. Oh, it almost killed. Earthquake. Sorry, Flareon, you're not gonna live this one. You can kill it. Ugh. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I wasn't expecting this. Oh, that's so frustrating. I should have Thunderbolted the Aggron and bit the Ursaring. That is so frustrating. We're just losing team members left and right here. Oh, it's a mirror match. Well... we've only taken down 2 of his? That's crazy, dude. Poliwrath, there's a shadow. Nice flinch. Okay. Confuse Ray the Rawlwane. Charm the Poliwrath. Shadow Sky, that's fine. Ice Beam, I don't like that. Okay, let's heal. Shadow Storm, that's probably a special attack. Hot dang. Okay. Shroomy is also weak to Ice Beam. Shroomy, I might have to use your turn to revive somebody who can take some hits. Or we can heal you and use Earthquake. Dang, Poliwrath is just kind of fast. You've got to be shitting me. Okay, Earthquake is gonna hit Shroomy, but it should be fine. Thank you for critting the one that I wouldn't be bad if I crit, basically. Mr. Mime. Okay, we need to double heal. Oh my gosh. That's gonna do a lot. And then Shadow Sky takes out Shroomy. Meaning we have to waste our last Pokemon's turn to revive somebody. Very frustrating. And because Polly's like the last one... Ugh. Gosh, we realistically need to do somebody who can paralyze them as well. I have a bad feeling that Shadow Storm is just going to kill us right now. Here, right now, because they're both going to use it, and it's just going to kill us. Oh my gosh, it totally is. This is so annoying. Holy shit. Gosh, that is so annoying. Gorgon beat us freaking last time, too. Hard as shit. And we're actually kind of stuck here, because if we try to leave... Hold on. Like, if we decided, like, hey, we need to buy more healing items, or we need to get more balls, or whatever, I don't think we can actually leave. Do we have a shadow Pokemon that we can take with us to, like, sit in there and take a freaking hit? So Shadow End is just a really powerful move. With this really bad accuracy. So Snorlax can be a Pokemon that we throw in there literally just to take hits. Swellow could get in there and, like, deal damage with Shadow Half and Shadow Break. Gosh, this Electabuzz is, like, pretty freaking good, too. Shadow Storm is 95? Gosh, dang. Does Chansey's got soft-boiled? They could sit in there and take Shadow Storms all day long. But it can't take any other, like, it can't take physical hits. The Starmie has Recover. Yeah, for the heck of it, let's try bringing the... Starmie. And the Snorlax. Sorry, Flareon. In an earthquake-rich environment, you're just not the play. It's been a long time since I've even used a Shadow Pokemon. You would think like this would be the opportunity to use them, right? Because there's no other game in which you can. Alright. Let's give it a go. Oh, you can totally leave. Okay. Interesting. Pretty good damage. Okay, we'll see how much this does to Aggron. I think it's going to take out Ursaring. Does so much, dude. Just having moves that are super effective against basically everything is wild. Double edge. Ouch. Okay, I'm gonna use Shroomi's turn to heal the Starmie. And we're just gonna keep clicking Shadow Storm, I guess. If we would have known Aggron was doing that, we could have Shadow broke the Wall Rain. Okay, we should be fine. Okay, that was a critical hit. That's not even a big deal. Okay, it must have saw the kill on Starmie. Okay, Giga Drain the Aggron, Shadow Storm the rest. We have done it. We finally got Spore. 100% chance sleep move. Going over stun Spore, baby. I think it's time to use it. Assuming we live this. Which we don't. That's annoying. Because I want to evolve after this fight, too. Dang it. I should have just taken out the wall rain because I think it's going to hurt me really bad right now. Yep. Yep. Oof, critical hit. Okay. Take out the wall rain and paralyze the Mr. Mime that comes in. And I'm willing to do that because we have Snorlax in the back. We can send him in and he can tank hits all day long from these two Shadow Freaks. Okay, we can send in Bali. All right. Bali can charm the Poliwrath. And Crobat can Air Cutter. Both of them. Okay, Bali takes hits okay. Crobat doesn't take a crit too well. Go ahead and use Earthquake. Crobat, you take a heal. We really need to restore our restore items as well. Okay, that sets them up both really well. Honestly, the Mr. Mime's a bigger threat. Okay, Bali will use your turn. Throw a ball. Crobat will get you out of there. And we'll just have a fat Snorlax who sits there all day until these guys get in the balls. Nice. I don't really have a good intuition for Mr. Mime's catch rate is, just because I haven't caught many Mr. Mimes. Okay, Volley, you use Charm. Snorlax, use your turn for the Ultra Ball. I did not remember to revive Shroomy. So he's not evolving. I should have, instead of Charm, I should have, yeah. I was thinking for a while at the beginning of this dungeon, it's like, oh, do I ever want to evolve Shroomy? Maybe he's too high level, like over-leveled or whatever. I do not feel this way anymore. I would really like him to evolve. Okay, how do I want to, like, balance out the team here? Like, do I want to put these guys back in? For Greeville, I definitely want to have a good number of Shadow Pokemon to resist what he's doing. Hold on. We could take this on layout. His Poliwrath stats aren't even, like, that amazing. His physical moves is Shadow Rush, huh? Oh, man. Anyways, I don't remember if I fully said my thought out loud earlier. I want Shroomy to evolve. I want her to be a Breloom and BOP with Spore and False Swipe and Giga Drain and stuff. I feel like she has earned it, and the fights are getting freaking hard now. So, it's all deserved. It's actually crazy to me that Shroomy's attack is, like, the same as Pupitar. I know that she's got, like, 14 levels on him, but still, dude. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Here's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to give Shroomy the EXP share, just so she can get that last level a little bit faster. And then we'll put the amulet coin back on her once she gets that level. Man, we got 20 shadow Pokemon. I know we've been purifying them, but like not clicking the final purification button. But it still seems kind of crazy that we're supposedly that far behind. What does our actual shadow monitor say? Okay, we just caught these 3, so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won't quit being a pest, will ya? No! Colax. Gale and Ampharos, the good ice-electric combo. Volt Beam, as they say. Okay, let's get that Gale out of here. He's kind of fast. But Crunch is, like, not threatening, so... Nice crit. Cotton Spore. You're gonna slow me down. You're slowing me down. Speed myself back up. Or not. Breloom. That's annoying. Growl? Man, literally, precisely undoing what I just did to myself. I got my speed and attack lowered on the same turn, and I canceled it out, I guess. Okay, Pupitar, get out of there. I don't know why I just put Breloom to sleep, because Crobat's going to be able to, like, kill it next turn. It's going to be asleep precisely 0 turns. Okay, Growl's actually being kind of annoying right now. It is kind of funny, like, as soon as my Shroomish gets Spore, we fight a Breloom, and then I'm able to use it on it. That just feels right somehow. Okay, this might not even kill because we got growled. Okay, critical hit, never mind. He was asleep for precisely 0 turns. Wah, wah, wah. Man, this Ampharos is just like kind of being a stat drop bot. Thunderbolt. I don't like that. Crobat's not gonna... Oh. Right, we're fighting Peon AI right now. Flail, you're at full health, so that shouldn't do anything. Cool. Okay, get your health back, Shroomy, please. Critical hit, you gotta love it. Doug Trio, I think that's actually a shadow. Okay, Shroomy, spore that guy. Crobat, bite that guy. Wow, that didn't even kill. Yikes. Barely didn't take itself out. Okay. Honestly, let's just heal ourselves up. And just, like, throw a ball. It's asleep. Freaking growl. And I allowed that because the Ampharos is going to pass away right now. Oh, the Doug Trio is literally the last one. Okay. Okay, this should be fine. Should be fine. Oh, it's more than fine. Sleep is holding strong. These effects just like look so good. They just do. Shroomy, I think you should attempt a spore because he's probably gonna wake up now. Nice. Colax. Is that like coax? God, this isn't happening. It's not real. Sure, it's not. Okay, let's go heal. I almost want to run all the way back to get more Moo Moo Milks. But honestly, like, we have 12 Hyper Potions. It's honestly not terrible. I'm just gonna want to restock before we get to, like, Greeville. Okay, I freaked out for a second, thinking, like, why isn't it loading? Like... Okay, they're just standing there still. Menacingly. It's honestly kind of a shame, like, when you do catch Shadow Lugia in this game, like, there's not really any point to use it. Like, you have this epic Pokemon that's, like, has a different model. It's, like, doesn't look like a normal Lugia. It's like, the most epic, cool thing in the world that has all these really unique Shadow moves. And there's just, like, nothing to use it on, and there's no incentive to even use it in battle because it doesn't get any closer purification. It just... You can just purify it instantly with the purification machine if you have the setup right. But I guess maybe the incentive is, like, you can use it to help resist the moves on the rest of Greeville's team. You know, that's probably the play, actually, is go into Greeville with one empty slot, and then you just use your Master Ball to catch Lugia, and then use the Lugia. I actually can't remember if that happens for you, like, automatically. Like, if you catch the Lugia, then it's in your party, even if it was full. I'm probably making that up, but for some reason it just feels like that's right for some reason. Hello. Elders? Sir? Who allowed this child to penetrate our defenses so deeply? What's the meaning of this? The others can't be counted on at all. I'm giving you the responsibility of dealing with this child. You finally managed to anger Master Greeville. I thought I would end up battling you one day, but this isn't how I hoped to face you. If we battle, it will only be unfulfilling without meaning. Will you challenge me knowing that? Nah. Okay. I feel like he says something more interesting if you say yes. Oh, what's the shadow? The Manectric. Okay. So, obviously, we Spore the Manectric, and we just Rock Slide. Oh. Going straight for a dig, huh? Shadow End. Holy moly. Doody 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 doo doo doo. Okay. Ouch. Rock Slide should kill. Yep. Salamence? Spore that Salamence. Catch the Manectric if you can. Pupitar, you're probably going to go down. I'm sorry. Is it literally like 4 of this guy's Pokemon or Shadow? Okay, caught Manectric. Flygon, that's not a Shadow. Shadow Rush. Yeah, that checks out. Okay, let's get in Bali. Is Shroomy really faster than the Flygon, or did the Flygon come in this turn? I think the Flygon came in this turn. Okay, yeah. Double Edge. Pretty big damage. Marowak, I think that's a Shadow. Okay, great. These guys probably have special attacks as well, so Charm's probably not just like a win button per se. Turn 1 Wake Up, that's crazy. Okay, this shouldn't do much. Great. Okay, Spore the Salamence. Ultra Ball. the Marowak. I'm pretty sure the Marowak's holding its thick club as well. Got it. Lapras. Spore the Lapras. And heal the Shroomy. I mean, it's kind of funny that you get a Salamence right here, and then like the last Shadow Pokemon that you get's the Dragonite. Like, it's a big special Pokemon, and I get it. It's like getting Dragonite felt like a really big deal in Gen 3 because it's like, oh, you had to get a Dratini, which I guess you could get from the Game Corner, but otherwise you could only get it from the Safari Zone, and then you had to train it up a lot. Well, Bagon, it's like, oh, you can just go catch it in Meteor Falls. You still have to train it up a lot. But I don't know. Like, Salamence, maybe I've just been corrupted by Gen 4 and onwards, where it's just like, well, Salamence is just a better Dragonite. But I think I remember in Gen 3, it's like, because to me, those were the first Pokemon games I played. I had access to Salamence first, and then I got access to Dragonite later. He felt like the newer, shinier one. The neat one. And I guess, like, there's also the motif of Dragonite in this game being on the lighthouse and all that. I feel like that's a callback to something. Let's charm this Lapras. I'm not sure what it's going to do. Okay, Giga Drain the Lapras one more time. And then otherwise, heal yourself. Okay, let's throw a ball. And otherwise, I don't know, hurt the Salamence a little bit, I guess. Nice. Oh, he woke up. Shadow Hold. Okay. I feel like they went easy on us with the Salamence. They give him like Shadow Rush and Shadow Hold. Like, we're back in, well, not like the first lab. That would be like, that'd be Shadow Blitz. But way earlier game moves. If this guy was using Shadow Storm and Shadow Break and Shadow End, he would just be murking. He'd be killing stuff every turn, basically. Okay, we use Charm, so that's not going to do much. Okay. Prove me wrong, would ya? I don't know, our Shroomy is so high level right now. I feel like if he was a Breloom, he might be able to have a chance of outspeeding the Salamence. It's actually just now occurring to me that this Salamence is level 50, and all of our Pokemon are like level 41. That just doesn't seem to line up to me. You also got to know there's no other point in Gen 3 where you can try to attempt to catch a Salamence. So there's not really a point of reference, and okay, it's just that easy, I guess. I definitely had the intuition as a kid that, like, these Pokemon seem like they're easier to catch than they would be for the most part. Let me check Salamence's catch rate according to Wikipedia. Okay, yeah, so it's normally 45, and it's 80 in Gale of Darkness. Okay, that makes total sense. Kind of the funny thing with that is Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence all have a catch rate of 45. It doesn't get any, like, harder as it levels up. I figured, oh, it would be dropping to, like, 25 or something. But no. And you can catch Salamence in other games. We lost. Totally. 4 Shadow Pokemon, wow. You are powerful, much more than I imagined. If you aim to stop our plan, then you should keep going. However, the Grandmaster's power is probably far greater than you can imagine. I doubt you will beat the man. Thank you for opening that up for me. Okay, they want to make sure you see this. Max Revive, you're gonna need it. Level 50, dude. 50. Level 44, 44, and 44. So we had 3 44s and a 50. That's just insane. This Lapras did have Shadow Storm. But yeah, he's just got Shadow Rush and Shadow Hold. I feel like this Salamence is supposed to be like a gift by him. He's like, hey, here's like one of our most powerful Shadow Pokemon. I'm just gonna hand it to you before the final boss. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Right, but before I lose my thought earlier, I've never done it, but I know you can catch Salamence, I think in Gen 7 during SOS battles. I never played the Ultra games, but I think that there's like an early route where you can have Bagons call for help and they can call Salamences, and the Salamences are at like level 10 or something, or even less, and you're able to catch them and then use them really early on in the game onward. Like it's actually really funny, crazy. And I guess they have the same catch rate as Bagon, so Might as well. What did that say up here? Oh, the Togepi is gone. Location gone. That's sad. Okay, literally, there's no more Shadow Pokemon to catch before Greeville, because we get the Lugia, and then these 6 are on his team, and then the Dragonite is in post, so... There's not really any more time to grind. It's kind of sad. Pupitar just did not get as far enough along as I thought that she would. Like, I thought we'd have a real chance of being a Tyranitar by now. But no, like, Shroomi's not even level 55. And we, like, took her through a bunch of Mount Battle. And, like, even this last battle or two, we had the XP share on her just to get her up to 55 from 54 faster. So, we want to take a Pokemon out of our party so that the Lugia's with us when we catch it. So that we can use it to resist the rest of his really strong Pokemon. And then I feel like I should bring at least one more Shadow Pokemon with me. To also resist stuff. Because his team is all Shadow Pokemon, and they're all going to be using Shadow moves. So just all of our Pokemon are going to be weak to all of that. Pupitar's honestly just not going to last a chance. Flareon, not going to last a chance. And we ideally, we want to catch them all kind of as part of the challenge. You don't have to. You can catch however many you want to. You can even just ignore them all. And you can come back and fight Greeville as many times as you want to, like, catch the rest of them. That much I remember being the case. But I feel like it'd be so cool to come into this last fight with our level 55 Breloom that's just sporing everything. We're catching everything. We have, like, Lugia by our side resisting stuff. We have maybe Bally out there charming. Crobat's been a really good wall for us as well. I feel like Flareon's just going to go in there and die. Kind of the same with Zaprong. Zaprong, at the very least, can, like, Thunder Wave stuff. Although I don't even know if I want to do that because I'm going to be sporing stuff. Let me put together a team composition here. The fact that this Salamence has Intimidate is also nice. I honestly think we should take the Salamence with us. Feels bad. This is something that feels bad about, like, I was saying earlier in this game, like, oh, it's really cool how, like, it makes you want to, like, swap your party in and out and experience more and blah, blah, blah. But then, like, the back game, the very last part of this game is so heavily loaded with, like, a bunch of Shadow Pokemon that you're getting and they're useful, and then it's like this final fight's going to be all Shadow Pokemon. So it makes you feel like, well, I got to bring all my Shadow Pokemon then to resist. And just you've been building up this team along the way, and then it's like, well, I guess I'm just going to box them for this last fight. It's a little sad, and I mean, if you wanted to just do it as a fight and, like, just go in and actually beat them, then it's fine. But if you're just, like, sitting there, like, trying to not kill them and then, like, sitting there and throwing balls, it's just not going to work out. Okay, where's the Snorlax? There it is. And this is literally just for them to sit there in front of them and take hits because they're Shadow Pokemon against Shadow Pokemon, so they're not going to deal much to them. I mean, in that sort of way, Shadow resists each other, so you need a non-Shadow to fight. Well, no. You just need a Shadow Pokemon that remembers a move that's useful for it, right? Okay, let's save. I do feel like I want to get Shroomy up one more level to evolve before this final fight. Otherwise, let's look around. So is this just like a little video of a Peon versus a Peon? We got like a Xatu versus a Camerupt? Well, the Camerupt used Fire Blast, so maybe it's not a Shadow Pokemon. Xatu's using Nightshade. Interesting. This might be a little anticlimactic. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the Purify Chamber. I'm going to put in these two Shadow Pokemon that I want to use in this final fight. Just so that they can get restored a little bit more. What did the Swellow remember? Oh, nothing. Does it remember its nature? Yeah, it's gentle. Okay, great. I just want to do, like, one battle or something just so that Shroomy can get evolved. And I feel like I want to go buy some healing items, and I want to go buy some Pokeballs. Just so that I'm really well prepared. The plan is we're going to go in with Breloom. We're going to catch the Shadow Lugia in a Master Ball. We're going to have an open slot for it so it joins our team. We're going to have it, the Salamence, and the Snorlax for resisting everything they do. And then we're going to have Breloom, who's going to be able to spore them and weaken them. And we're going to catch all 6 of them. And it's going to be great. But some errands that we're going to have to run is we're going to have to go get some healing items. We're going to go get some balls. We're going to get Shroomy 1 level. And maybe with all this walking around we're doing, maybe Snorlax and Salamence will get one of their bars rolled down, and thus, then, therefore, maybe we'll remember one of their moves so that they're not just totally useless. And they can actually, like, do a little damage to help weaken things. Max Potion is pointless. It's more than double the cost of a Hyper Potion, and none of my Pokemon have over 200 hit points. It really makes sense in later generations that they lowered the amount that some of these potions and stuff heal, like Hyper Potions down to 120. Honestly, makes a lot of sense. Because 120 is a lot. It's more than a Moo Moo Milk. Okay, let's buy 8 of these. Ultra Ball. Let's buy, I don't know, 22 of them. Full heal. We got plenty. Revive. I think we have enough. I mean, we'll buy one just to round things up. Did I buy any hyper potions? Yes, I did. And we even have 8 full restores, which I didn't even quite realize. So we're good on balls. We're good on heals. Let's go and get. I also just remembered you can totally check at any time in the shadow monitor the progress here, so we can see that Salamence is making a little bit of progress, and Snorlax has almost got his first bar emptied. What am I going to do for my 1 level? Maybe we'll go to Mount Battle. Or Realgum Coliseum, maybe? Do 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 do. Did this guy evolve his Oddish yet? Nope. Maybe he never will. Okie dokie. Let's just keep it simple and we'll go to Mount Battle. If we go to Realgum Tower, we'll have to do like 4 battles, and I don't really want to. A part of me doesn't even want to like pull in a full party, but I'm going to. Okay, Pupitar, we haven't given up on you entirely. Let's get you in here. Yes. I will continue. Let's just do Area 6 again, honestly. Yeah. Doing Area 6 because Area 7 has, like, level 60s in it. Okie dokie. I think I am gonna take the EXP share off of Shroomy because she's gonna evolve. She's gonna level up here soon enough, anyways. I did not mean to put the amulet coin on. I meant to put Miracle Seed on. This will give Pupitar some more experience as well. I forget what all the post-game involves in this, but like maybe there'll be an opportunity for us to get Pupitar up to Tyranitar. You never know. do 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 dee doo dee doo be doo 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 boo doo 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 doo. Just 2 bites. I don't know if the takedown recoil mattered, but might have. Oh, you showed me up. I showed you something, all right. I don't even care about Shroomy missing out. Like, if Shroomy would have evolved on 54, then not only would he have learned Spore, but when he evolved, he would have learned, like, either Mind Reader or Dynamic Punch or something, and he would have gotten the prompt to learn it on a evolution, but I don't want that move anyways, so we're fine. Stromboni. Cacnea. Cacnea. The funny thing is that for this area, technically, like, my Pokemon are not overleveled. Just Shroomy's overleveled. Nobody else is. But because they're, like, so relatively weak, never mind. Of course, as soon as I start saying something like that, I get absolutely punished. That Cotton Spore animation looks pretty similar to the Spore animation. But anyhow, like, I feel like we did this zone, like, ages ago, and it wasn't that hard. But maybe it's a thing, like, for the Pokemon, for the level of these Pokemon, they're pretty weak overall for the moves that they're using and their stats. And, you know, who's using, like, unevolved Cacnea at level 43? Not the player. But here I am with an unevolved Shroomish, so who am I to say such a thing? Okay, we're gonna allow this to go through. Hooray! Kind of the neat thing is, since Shroomy's female here, if she were to breed with another Pokemon that had spores, she would give birth to a Shroomish. Holy shit, look at that attack stat. She would give birth to a Shroomish with Spore. So that's awesome. I'm going to leave Headbutt just because you know, being able to flinch opponents is good, and we don't need like really strong moves. We're trying to catch Pokemon. But holy shit, 195 attack. Those are going to be quite some headbutts. We actually have some speed on him now. On her now. Zaprong and Crobat still outspeed her, but I think she has the opportunity to outspeed things. This is blowing my mind right now. Like, Flareon has had our highest attack stat this whole time. And I thought that Breloom and Flareon's base attack were the same, but... and they both have attack boosting natures. 133 versus 195? I guess that's what, like, 14 levels will do? I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy to me. I guess we only had to do 2 battles as well. Okay. Okay, the Snorlax has gone down a bar, so maybe it's learned something. Okay, let's get out of here. Curse. I mean, that's something. It boosts defense. All right, let's we got healing items, we got balls. We got our Breloom. Maybe by the time we walk back up to the final boss area, maybe our Salamence will have learned to move. I just want to talk to this guy again. Oh, don't worry, my errand will be over soon enough. And with that, basically this whole game. There is post-game stuff to do. I don't remember how much there is. I know there's Ori Coliseum, and doing the first round of that unlocks the side quest for unlocking the Lucky Egg, which is a really good item, and the only other way to get in Gen 3 is to catch a random Chansey that's holding one, which is like nigh impossible. You might run into shinies before you catch a Chansey holding a Lucky Egg. Hold on. Is that enough? 25 shadow Pokemon. We're about to catch like 7 more in one battle. I definitely remember, like, the last few times I played this game, like, being like, oh, this looks like a ramp you can walk up. Let me up. Let me up. Well, there's a guy here? I don't know if I ever knew there was a guy here. Maybe I did know there was a guy here at some point in the past. There's a guy over there, too. Wow. Well, just that little bit of walking, like, did quite a bit. Dragon Dance. That's pretty good. I feel slightly bad about that, considering that we dropped our Pupitar, who's also a similar tier of Pokemon who had Dragon Dance, and it's like, oh, I got a better one now. Haha. It's a little sad. We should give Salamence something to hold. I don't know what, but... yeah, I'm saving just because I feel like if I talk to these guys, they might fight me. These might just be high-level, just grinding little guys you can do. Which is fair enough. Holy moly. And that's with an Intimidate on me. If I had Sky Uppercut, I'd be wrecking house. Charm. Boo. Well, I underestimated that. I was thinking it was going to die to poison this turn. Okay, so we did not have to go to Mount Battle. We could have totally grinded Shroomy right here. That's gonna do a lot. A whole lot. Ow. Okay, he disappears, which is interesting. He knocked out one of our Pokemon. The Lapras could be good. This fellow has good moves too. Oh my gosh, come on, let me save. You don't have to fight me, sir. You are an optional trainer. Clear body. pretty good damage. I mean, it's a level 50 Salamence. So even if we're stuck using a level or power 50 whatever move, it's still mostly fine. Mirror code, huh? Proves that Shadow Rush ain't special, that's for sure. Milotic. It's a fun Pokemon. What else do you got? A Gyarados? Yep. Milotic and Gyarados are like 2 peas in a pod. I think when I was a kid, I thought, like, oh, like, the people in this room, there's, like, it's this big conference hall, and clearly they're learning how to battle. Because there's a battle up there, and it looks like, you know, it's a college class or something. And, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. It's like, you got your Cypher Peons, and you know, your whole thing is Shadow Pokemon, and you're going to be using the Shadow Pokemon, so everybody ought to know how to use Pokemon generally well. What was your question, sir? Okay. Well, I guess they're non-repeatable then. Alright, I think it's time. We're gonna go over here. And I believe that elevator is the point of no return. Here's the plan. We're gonna go against that Lugia. We're gonna catch it in our Master Ball. And then we'll probably check it out. It's a legendary Pokemon. Looking in for its IVs and stuff. Check it out, see if it's all cool and whatnot. Maybe we'll re-roll it a few times if I feel like it, and then otherwise when we proceed, we'll go into the Gale fight. Shroomy will spore everything. Salamence, Snorlax, and Lugia will resist everything. And we'll try to catch everything. Okay, we just saved. Let's give it a go. This is before the era where they made points of no return very clear. Ho ho ho! So you have even come this far. I have no idea what a mere child like you would pursue me this long. Professor Crane, Data ROMs, and the Lair. You alone derailed every one of our well-laid plans. Well, perhaps not just you. The news broadcast at Olms did not help Cypher's cause at all. However, my Shadow Pokemon plan isn't finished yet. The final act is about to unfold. Having come this far, I think you've earned the right to know what I have planned. The creation of Shadow Pokemon that permanently resist purification. That's the first step. Next, I plan to create an army of Shadow Pokemon that work independently on my orders alone. When the second step is done, I will take over the world without having to rely on bothersome people. And now... let me introduce you to my faithful servant, the one that shall become the central figure in my Shadow Pokemon army. Come Come forth, XD001. Code name XD001. Now freed of all adjustments, I present to you Shadow Lugia. I gotta wonder what's been going on this whole game. The game starts out with Shadow Lugia carrying a ship around. It looked even bigger in that scene than it does here, honestly. It supposedly drops it in the desert. Cypher's kind of scrambling to be like, okay, let's get all the Shadow Pokemon off this boat and get them to the factory. They were probably bringing it to the factory, but then they lost control and had to regather them. Supposedly they got them all in the end, but they got slowed down. Before that, Lavrina takes Professor Crane to the lab in the desert because there's still gathering information. They need to know how to get XD001 to not be purified. However, XD001 is before us and looks the same way it does in the intro. So whatever they did to it causes it to take on a different appearance, unlike any other Shadow Pokemon. So they've already done something special to it. And since Professor Crane didn't help them, it's what adjustments did they end up making? We know that this Shadow Lugia is purifiable, not through normal means, but with our purification machine, it is. So they clearly made progress, and they had this capability before they did any of the Pokemon, Shadow Pokemon that they got from the boat. But maybe with the lab, they were focused on okay, we just got to make these Shadow Pokemon quickly. We don't have time to do what we did with Shadow Lugia, because they clearly had the Shadow Lugia before they even had the boat. And they would have had to set up that whole factory ahead of time. There's quite a timeline. And then what did they actually do to Shadow Lugia between then and now? Shadow Lugia supposedly dropped that boat in the desert because it malfunctioned or something. And then when we come here, Lavrina says, hey, I fixed up the Shadow Lugia, the XD001. It's totally good to go now. Maybe if they had Professor Crane's help, it would be even more resistant to purification, and we'd have to develop a better method. But with the method we have, we can do it. What kind of torture has this Lugia had to go through? I don't know. Let's catch it and save it. This Lugia is the first of the Shadow Pokemon that cannot be purified. Which you made a while ago, unless those modifications were made by Lavrina more recently. Now let us celebrate the completion of my Shadow Pokemon plan in advance. Fall prey to Shadow Lugia. Oh yes, we need the scanner for this one. It's level 50. And it's going to have the same catch rate as an actual Lugia. Let's not screw around. Let's just catch it. I hope we get to hear this music in the actual Greeville fight. We defeated you. Lugia! How dare you, child? How dare you snag my Shadow Lugia, my one loyal subject? There's nothing left, but I will personally see to the total destruction of your Pokemon. Fall. I love how bouncy Shroomy is. I love how it plays the animation twice. Were these legendary birds on the boat as well? I highly doubt it. They were probably captured at the same time that they caught Lugia. He's probably been on like an old man poaching spree. Okay, before we do anything else, let's check our Shadow Lugia. His lowest stat is special attack. As for moves, we have Shadow Blast, a wicked blade of air formed by using a shadowy aura. Shadow Shed, we've seen before. Shadow Down, we've seen before. And then Shadow Storm. Shadow Blast is the shadow form of Aeroblast. I'm gonna check these stats. Okay, we got a Lugia. Let's go with neutral nature. It's level 50. It has an HP of 175. It has an attack of 104. It has a defense of 151. It has a special attack of 98. I'm gonna assume it's got special attack of 1 nature. Special defense 148. Speed 130. As for IVs, air. Its special defense is actually really low. Its special defense should be between 159 and 174. So this is a special defense lowering Lugia. Let me choose a special defense lowering nature and try it. Interesting. So the IVs of this Lugia are pretty middling. HP is either 18 or 19. Attack, 18 or 19. Defense, 6 or 7. I went with lax, so that's with like assuming defense boosting. Special attack, 6 or 7. Special defense, 12 or 13. With special defense lowering nature. Speed is 30 or 31. But maybe it has a speed boosting nature. Let's try that. So special defense lowering, speed boosting. These oddball natures. Is it hasty? No, hasty is defense lowering. Naive. Let's try that. Gotcha. So it's definitely lax nature, because if I put in try to put in naive, it complains that its defense is too high. Its defense should be 135 to 150. So the one thing about this Lugia is its speed might be perfect for a neutral speed nature. Let's reciprocate. Now, all the Shadow Pokemon, including Lugia, are Shiny locked in XD, Gale of Darkness. So, there's no resetting for a Shiny. But we can reset for a few stats. I'm not going to go crazy. I just want to maybe get an okay one. I think I saw a video where somebody like hacked a shiny Shadow Lugia into the game, and it's really not programmed into the game if I recall. Like, it doesn't look any different. But yeah, the intended recipient of this Master Ball is definitely the Lugia. It's kind of the only thing in this game with a really low catch rate. Quite a little bit of time here between each reset of being able to check the Lugia stats. Oh yeah, so we have to sit through this little animation here. Also a 130 speed. Okay, this one looks to have maybe an attack lowering nature. Okay, let's put in the stats. So HP is a little higher. Attack, much lower, down from 104 down to 89. Defense is lower, from 151 to 141. Special attack is higher, 98 up to 106. Special defense, much higher, 148 up to 179. Speed, also 130. So let's calculate. It's like, hey, your special defense is actually ridiculously high right now. So let's go for, let's assume special defense upping, attack lowering. Which I believe is impish. No. Special defense upping. Attack lowering, that's calm. Okay, its HP is in the 20s, its special attack is in the 20s. Speed, again, might be perfect. Special defense is kind of bad at 8 or 9. Attack is kind of bad at 8 or 9. Defense is middling at 12 or 13. The thing is that Calm is actually a good nature for Lugia. And it's got good speed. I might just keep this one. Like, its stats really don't matter. Okay, let's hop to it. Let's get him out here. And if we get Salamence back in the back, then that's more intimidates for later. Okay, Breloom does not outspeed the Moltres. Okay, that's gonna hurt. Shadow Pokemon hitting each other is funny. Doesn't do much. Shadow End. Really? I'm surprised that didn't kill me, to be completely honest. I should have used some PP ups on Spore. I think we might run out of them on this final fight here. Because we gotta catch 3 legendary birds. They don't have literally like the lowest catch rate. But it's still pretty low. Let's see how it works. Yeah, I kind of knew it was going to wake up. Oh, I don't like that. Nice. Shadow Fire. Good thing we resist this. Yeah, maybe we should have bought a couple of cheaper healing items. I don't know. Literally eliminate would have worked there. I wonder if Shadow Blast counts as physical or special. Because Arrow Blast is a flying move, and thus it counts as physical, so I wonder if it's going off of that, or if it's like it's literally an energy blast, it's special attack. Oh shit. I did not want to get Shadow held. Is that tied to the Executor, or not? That's... oh, that is so annoying. That sucks. Okay. Wow, that sucks. Okay. Throw an Ultra Ball at that Moltres. And just use another Shadow Storm. Shadow End. Okay, that's the one that literally does half to itself in terms of recoil. Half its current HP, that is to say. It's actually pretty frustrating that I can't get Breloom back in here. Because it's going to be really hard to catch these guys without sleep. Shadow moves don't run out of PP. I mean, maybe if we catch the Executor... then that will dispel the, the Shadow Hold. They want to take out my shadow, my Salamence. Got the Executor. Okay, this guy's going to intimidate me. Sweet. That's what I wanted anyways. We do want to revive that Salamence. Tauros is so fast. Oh my goodness, golly gracious. Shadow Sky's gonna kill us, actually. That's unfortunate. I feel like I'm just cheesing this whole fight, but it's a 100% shadow fight, so cheese just kind of makes sense to be its flavor. How many turns in Gen 3 will it take for a timer ball to become worth it? Oh, we got Moltres. It's a Shadow Pokemon. No! Why? It's fine. Salamence will die soon enough. So the timer ball is going to cap at a catch rate multiplier of 4. And just twice that of an Ultra Ball. How many turns does it take to get there? 30. I don't think it's been 30 turns. But we're making progress. I guess it makes sense that Tauros would have Shadow Hold. Because it has Intimidate, so it's like, oh, well, you want to hold him in after you intimidate him. Shadow Chill. It's like Ice Beam, but cooler. I also wasn't fully paying attention when Tauros used Shadow Hold on me, so like I didn't see if like Lugia got it reapplied on him or if it just failed because it was like still applied from the Executor. The fact these Shadow moves don't have PP, it's kind of wild. The thing is that timer balls become more useful than an Ultra Ball. I want to say merely after 10 turns. And then it just so happens to take 30 turns to cap out, but like, I think it's been more than 10 turns at this juncture. Just as a notion. And I mean, this is like the perfect game to make use of timer balls, considering like you do these long battles and you're catching many Pokemon and the turns count for all of them. The thing that's like slightly dreadful about this fight is it's like there's just like a lot of Pokemon in here that like in this one fight that you might want to re-roll for. You know, the Lugia included, you have to start this fight in order to check your Lugia stats. Oh, we froze. So like if you want to re-roll for the Lugia, I think the most important thing that people re-roll for in here is the Zapdos that can Baton Pass. I think I'm going to let Salamence just perish. Tardos. There's Zapdos, the baton passing Zapdos. Gotta have it for competitive Gen 3. Maybe even Gen 4, I don't know. Gosh, I didn't even fully restore my Shroomy. This might be a waste, but I'm gonna give Shroomy a chance to live. Shadow Bolt. I mean, the funny thing... Oh my gosh. the funny thing is, like, there's all these elemental shadow moves: Shadow Bolt, Shadow Chill, Shadow Blast, Shadow Flame, or whatever the fire one was. But they don't have any, like, actual elements on them. Like, I think it's just like, oh, they have the chance to burn, freeze, and paralyze, probably, but they don't do any, like, elemental damage in terms of type effectiveness. Okay, revive the Shroomy. Restore the Shroomy. Don't Shadow Hold me. Oh, they're chipping away at Lugia, slowly but surely. And hey, if they're gonna focus on Lugia, that's great, actually. Shroomy will be able to get to come in for free. They're chipping away. The aura has faded. That's great. Let's see if they keep focusing on Lugia. Okay, Zapdos is wasting his turn. This is great news. Articuno, you are very dumb. I thought, aren't you guys being coordinated by a trainer right now, or was Grieville just full of shit when he was saying, "Oh, I coordinate the Shadow Pokemon. They're my army." They obey me, and me alone. That's how it always works. Articuno is faster than me as well. Ouch! I think as a kid, like, I thought that the timer on a timer ball, like, whenever you would use a timer ball, it's like, okay, now you have to wait 30 turns again. Which is just crazy. Okay, false swipe that baby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, they're obsessed with Lugia. Thank goodness. Might as well just throw balls at it. They get stronger every turn. Ouch. Of course, it fades away now. Which means something. I was thinking like, oh, if I revive this Shroomy using Snorlax's turn, then you can swap into it theoretically with the other Pokemon. Which is stupid because it's like, I want to switch Snorlax out for Shroomy. And use Lugia's turn for that. And the reason I really wanted to do it that turn was because I knew that Zapdos was going to waste a turn setting up Shadow Sky. Okay, I think Shroomy... well, I don't know. Zapdos... I think it just one-shot Shroomy from full, but... well, not if he doesn't attack her. Okie doke. Ah. Maybe it's like barely not a for sure kill from full, but with one or two Shadow Skies, it sure seems like it is. Nice. Player defeated Grandmaster Grieville. Rhydon was sent to the PC. Executor was sent to the PC. Moltres was sent to the PC. Tauros was sent to the PC. Articuno was sent to the PC. Zapdos was sent to the PC. How a mere child crushed my cherished plan. Well, what? This cannot be. It's your fault. I won't forgive. There's no forgiving you. Grandmaster, we're done here. We should blow up City Dark Isle with the child still on it! But if we did that, our shadow Pokemon data and our subordinates would be lost as well. Grandmaster, such things can be replaced. We must ensure our own survival. I've readied a helicopter for our escape. We've got to leave now. You're right. Wait. Please wait. You're willing to sacrifice everyone so you can escape? You should be ashamed. Ashamed? Clinging to foolish pride will guarantee Cypher's demise. Cypher must survive. This is our first duty. The Grandmaster feels the same way. Yes, for Cypher's sake, sacrifices must be endured. What are you saying? The Shadow Pokemon Factory has been destroyed. XD001 has been defeated. Nothing remains of Cypher. Silence! Cypher will live forever! If only this child hadn't... Grandmaster, please give the order to blow up the Dark Isle. Yes, it can't be helped. Don't begrudge us, child. Stop. Let's just put a stop to this, Father. Don't call him Father. Call him Grandmaster. Father, you've lost sight of what is important. You got carried away by this whole Grandmaster nonsense. It isn't possible to take over the world by producing powerful Pokemon. Just think of this child. This child's pure heart won over XD001. We were in the wrong. Silence! 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 Why aren't you showing some spine? We've come so far! Cypher is finished. Father, you yourself should know that more than anyone. Oh. Now please, stand up. This is how it should be. The laws of the land will render judgment on what we have done. Oh, everything I did, all of it was a mistake? Thanks to your courage, we were finally able to wake from our nightmare. Thank you. You'll have nothing to fear from us ever. You should return home to your family. Let us meet again, too. The next time we battle, it won't be as mortal enemies. I will look forward to it. Thank you. The guy in red never really wanted this from the beginning. I feel like that's the only shot where you can actually see City Dark Isle from, like, the coast. The crazy thing is, if you're resetting for Lugia, you can just view its stats, like, right after that. Gosh, Lily, you're so weird just standing there. I know you're thinking of probably your husband, your late husband. And here's the thing, it's like, when do you get to see the Zapdos's stats? It doesn't join your party. And then it's like, oh, do you want to save your progress? I do. I think you have to. Because this is going to boot you to the title screen. So probably the way that you would have to do that is... Well, shit, man, I don't know. Like, if it was any other GameCube game, you could copy your save data to another memory card and then have a backup, but they don't let you do that in... for some games, including these, where they don't want you to, like, duplicate Pokemon. I'm looking this up right now. This song is beautiful. And here we are, back on the title screen. I found a Smogon article that kind of goes over some stuff, but it's kind of long, so I was not able to decipher my answer in that period of time. However, here we are. We have our Shadow Lugia. Our Chansey's ready. Our Starmie's ready. We got an email from Egan. I've heard you returned from Citadel Isle. I sent this message as an invitation to Ore Coliseum. I'll be arriving shortly to ask you in person. Well, he must be right out there. Well, the game is beat. Electabuzz is ready to purify. I'm not going to hit the purify button on them all quite yet. Oh boy, they started to overflow. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these purified shadows, or like ready to purify shadows, here. And then the actual shadows can come over here. Alright. Alright, little Zapdos. What are your IVs? Zapdos. Neutral. Levels 50. HP 160. Attack 85. Defense 97. Special attack 147. Special defense 102. And speed 115. Okay, it's complaining that its special attack is too high, so this must be a special attack boosting nature. Let's presume it's like modest. I think that's exactly what it is, because even with modest, its attack IV is 0, basically. 0 or 1. HP is in the 20s, 21 or 20, 20 or 21. Defense is middling, 14 or 15. Special attack is 8 or 9. Special defense is 14 or 15. Speed is 20 or 21. So, I mean, I'll consider, I mean, it's a good nature for a Zapdos if it's modest, which I think it has to be. That being said, its IVs are not good. Its highest IVs are either its HP or speed at 2021. And then every other one is like 15 or lower. So its IVs in general are pretty bad. Its speed would be better if it was, 30 or 31. And then its special attacking, It's got a good nature. It's got that going for it. I don't really feel like checking the rest of these guys quite right now. Just because it's kind of getting late and I've been streaming for a while here. But let's see what we got here. Really, Shadow Fire is just 75 power. I am kind of surprised about that. These descriptions are kind of iffy as well. It's just like, oh, a shadowy ice attack that may cause freezing, a shadowy fireball attack that may inflict a burn, and a shadowy thunder attack that may paralyze. They could have made it sound a little more epic, because it looks really epic. The fact that they're just 75 power is kind of crazy to me, because it's like, oh, like, I were thinking they were going to be like 90 power. Shadow Blast is 80. I guess when they're being used against non-Shadow Pokemon, they're super effective, so they're ultra powerful regardless. So this one's got Hold, this one and these two have Sky. End, down, Panic, Hold. Storm, Shed, Hold, End. Break, Shed, Sky. Rush, Hold, Shed, Sky. Yeah. The Greeville team was this Rhydon, this Moltres. This Articuno was like near the back. This Zapdos was in the pack. This Articuno. This Executor was here. This Tauros was here. Cool. This has been a fun playthrough. I'm not done. I'll have more streams upcoming because I want to purify all the Shadow Pokemon. Maybe do a little bit of Ore Coliseum. I want to make sure everything's caught, everything is purified, and any loose ends are kind of tied up. I think before we end off today, that's hilarious. There's just like a little trigger right there for that message. Let's go talk to Egan so we can get Ore Coliseum unlocked. 23 Academy, have you read my email I sent you? Yes. I panicked and sent the email before I finished it, but I'm glad to hear that you received it. I was inspired by your battle exploits, 23 Academy. You see, it made me want to have a battle with you. That said, 23 Academy, there are countless trainers that would be honored to battle with Cypher's nemesis. I therefore decided to take charge and organize a Coliseum event. Impress? But before we talk, we must battle, you and I. Oh. Egan, why? Why must I battle your level 45 Pichus, and why do you have 6 Pokemon? I want to end this stream. I thought I was going to come out here and you're going to tell me, hey, there is a place on your map. And I'd be like, cool, we'll go check that out next time. Oh boy. Thundar. Oh boy. You have more than one Pikachu? Wow. Might have been better to attack the other slot to weaken the Raichu, so I don't have 2 Raichus. I can just have a Pichu and a Raichu, but yeah, that's how it goes. Oh, they die in one hit as well, just as easy. They're 55, though. Be stronger than the Pichu. I just realized that was kind of a mistake. This Lugia doesn't have any experience on it yet. Due to all the Pokemon in Greeville's party, we just caught them, so they didn't give experience. Wow. But now we're gonna give it experience and thus EVs. That's okay. I'm a weirdo when it comes to wanting to keep my Pokemon like, oh, I don't want to put any EVs on any of them unless I like know what I want to do with them. I need to preserve blah blah blah, but it's not that big a deal. You can't even use Lugia in like anything that matters in the single player hard portions of the post games. It's no wonder that Cypher has their eyes on you. I must say I enjoyed myself tremendously. Cypher had their eye on me because I was, like, chasing after them. I'm sure that trainers who have gathered at Ori Coliseum will be delighted to face you. Please, we'd very much like you to come. This is Ori Coliseum. The toughest trainers in the land have gathered with you as their goal. 23 Caterpie will be waiting for you at the Coliseum. The funny thing is that most of the bosses there that are awaiting me are, you know, ex-admins of Cypher. So, it's just kind of funny. Egan just doesn't really know what he's getting himself into. Sweet. Well, I'm gonna save, and next time we're gonna make a plan, probably get all these shadow Pokemon purified. Which in all honesty is probably not gonna take that long. The purification chamber purifies things pretty fast once you have it set up well. Just these last couple of shadow Pokemon take a lot. But yeah, I don't have a full plan. I'm kind of tired to even think of a plan, but I want to get all the Pokemon. I want to capture every shadow Pokemon, get them all purified, do any post-game stuff I'm kind of interested in doing, any loose ends that I've forgotten about I want to do and see, maybe go do a tour around the world, go talk to everybody, see everything. Check out Ori Coliseum. I know doing at least one round of battles there unlocks the Lucky Egg quest. That might be good to do. I don't need the Lucky Egg. I have it in my games already. So that's unnecessary, but might be a fun thing to do. And I don't think I've ever done all the Ori Coliseum battles before. You don't really want to do them with the Pokemon you catch in this game. You want to bring like an EV trained team there that is well prepared, because they're scaled fights. All the Pokemon there are at least level 60, and they will match your highest level Pokemon otherwise. So you want all your Pokemon to be the same level. And basically all at least level 60 or some level higher than that. Am I gonna do that? I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was talking with a friend and being like, ooh, I could make a fun little team there. Maybe use like a Sneasel and some other fun little Pokemon. A part of me is like, ooh, I could make like a really meta team and like see if I could like breeze through it, or I could like try to challenge myself and like try to make a different style of team and try to do it. We might just throw ourselves at it here, or maybe we won't do it at all. It's going to depend on what I want to do. I've been kind of spending all my free time playing XD, and now we got this Lugia, so that's awesome. But yeah, I'll keep playing XD until I decide I want to move on and do other games, because I do have a backlog of games that I want to get to eventually. But bare minimum, we're going to do all the Shadow Pokemon. And even more bare minimum, I'm going to get the Shadow Lugia purified and trade it out of this game so I can put it into my living dex, which I put in Pokemon Box and transfer around to all my other Gen 3 games. Lugia is kind of like the last one that I'm missing. Other than, I believe I'm missing Mew as well. But there's not really a great legitimate way to get Mew other than doing like the Emerald event item that lets you go to Faraway Island. It's never released in English, but it might be a fun thing to inject just to do for fun. And not like transfer that up to home or anything, because it wouldn't be like fully legit. But especially because such an event was never released in English. But if I could get a Japanese copy of the game with the event on it, then maybe it'd be a little more legit. Maybe if I did that, I would maybe shiny hunt it, because it's one of the very few Mews you can shiny hunt. Anyhow, I'm getting very off topic. I'm gonna go, and the streams will continue, so no worries there. Don't know when I'm gonna stream next. I have various things going on this weekend, but I'll probably stream tomorrow afternoon or something. Anyhow, I will see you guys later.